The best thing that would happen to us as humans is knowing the truth and stand by it. I was told the earth is spherical until I discovered I have been deceived. The earth is flat, not a globe. Here are some undeniable proofs that the earth is flat, not spinning as claimed. Anyone can prove the sea horizon perfectly straight and the entire earth perfectly flat using nothing more than a level, tripods and a wooden plank. At any altitude above sea level, simply fix a 6-12-foot long, smooth, leveled board edgewise upon tripods and observe the skyline from eye level behind it. The distant horizon will always align perfectly parallel with the upper edge of the board. Furthermore, if you move in a half circle from one end of the board to the other whilst observing the skyline over the upper edge, you will be able to trace a clear, flat 10-20 miles depending on your altitude. This would be impossible if the Earth were a globe 25,000 miles in circumference. The horizon would align over the center of the board but then gradually, noticeably decline towards the extremities. Just 10 miles on each side would necessitate an easily visible curvature of 66.6 feet from each end to the center. If the Earth were actually a big ball 25,000 miles in circumference, the horizon would be noticeably curved even as sea level, and everything on or approaching the horizon. Samuel Robitham's experiments at the Old Bedford level proved conclusively the canal's water to be completely flat over a 6-mile stretch. First he stood in the canal with his telescope held 8 inches above the surface of the water, then his friend in a boat with a 5-foot-tall flag sailed the 6 miles away. If Earth were a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, the 6-mile stretch of water should have comprised an arc exactly 6 feet high in the middle, so the entire boat and flag should have ultimately disappeared, when in fact the entire boat and flag remained visible at the same height for the entire journey. From Washington's Rock in New Jersey, at just a 400-foot elevation, it is possible on a clear day to see the skylines of both New York and Philadelphia in opposite directions at the same time, covering a total distance of 120 miles. If Earth were a ball 25,000 miles in circumference, both of these skylines should be hidden behind over 800 feet of Earth curvature. It is often possible to see the Chicago skyline from the sea level 60 miles away across Lake Michigan. In 2015, after photographer Joshua Nowitzki photographed this phenomenon, several news channels quickly claimed his picture to be a superior mirage, an atmospheric anomaly caused by temperature inversion. While these certainly do occur, the skyline in question was facing right side up and clearly seen, unlike a hazy illusory mirage, and on a ball Earth 25,000 miles in circumference should be 2,400 feet below the horizon. The distance from which various lighthouse lights around the world are visible at sea far exceeds what could be found on a ball Earth 25,000 miles in circumference. For example, the Dunkirk light in southern France at an altitude of 194 feet is visible from a boat 10 feet above sea level, 28 miles away. Spherical trigonometry dictates that if the Earth was a globe with a given curvature of 8 inches per mile squared, this light should be hidden 190 feet below the horizon. Thanks for watching. Hope you are convinced. If you are, like, share and subscribe.